Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I am doing a 250 sub contest entry into Eastwood4life fans channel. If you've not seen it, please go check it out. Cool guy Carlos, we've spoken quite a few times now, really tries to help the community out, but he's doing a competition where I think he's got 5 prizes on the go, and he's asked a few questions. So if you've not checked his channel, I'll leave the description below, link and all that malarkey. So please go and subscribe to Carl's channel. He does a lot of Blu-ray updates, and as you could probably tell from his title, or sorry, his name, his YouTube channel name, is he's a huge Eastwood fan. So the first question he has asked is, show off 3 of your favourite editions, either DVD or Blu-ray editions in your collection. So I've been and ahhing about this. Quite a lot of DVD editions back in the day, so I don't do too many Blu-ray box sets or editions nowadays, but a lot of the DVD box sets I used to have is I've got rid of them now. So anyway, without further ado, I will start off with one of my first editions, and that is a DVD for this one, and it is the complete animated series of Batman. So these are quite, I forget what year they were released, these editions, but this is only edition came out last year, but this is the complete animated series. So I think this is what Harley Quinn was actually, the character of Harley Quinn was created for this series. So I've had a few, I think I've had series 1 and 2 was previously, but this was a HMV exclusive early in the year. So yeah, it's got all seasons. It comes in a fold out case and a booklet. Nothing special, to be honest, nothing too special. And I've creased the booklet, put it in there. But yeah, it's just to have this edition now, in a UK release of all of the animated series, it's fantastic. So like I said, I had series 1 and 2, but to get them all in one, and I've recently seen it in Sainsbury's actually, but it was more of an Amaray case rather than a fold-out case, and I know in the US they're releasing a Blu-ray box set of it with some Funkos and stuff. But yeah, the first one I've got to say will be my Batman complete anniversary, sorry, the complete animated series edition. Next up is my Friday the 13th Blu-ray box set. I think this is a US or Canadian release. Benefit of this is it's region free, so it's the complete collection of the Friday the 13th. All also included the remake. So you get in here a lovely tin. You get in here then a kind of media book, if that's what you will call it, digibook. My one is signed by Kane Hodder. I met a few years ago at HorrorCon. I can't remember which year it was, but anyway, as you can see, you got all the films included here. So Friday the 13th, Part 2, and they'll come and all the discs slip into the case, into this side here, and it goes all the way up to the remake, and there's a bonus disc which I've not read or watched even. How about watched, James? So yeah, there we go, you get that. You get booklet, some 3D glasses, codes, and this, Jason Goes to Hell, this is uncut, 'cause I think the Jason Goes to Hell Blu-ray in there's uncut, but this is in there. I don't know if the person I bought it off second hand put it in there or it comes in the as a normal release, but here you get a patch and all sorts of good stuff. But anyway, yeah, for me as a massive Friday the 13th fan, horror fan, this edition is the definitive edition to own, and I was lucky to find randomly a seller on Facebook in my hometown selling this, and I think I paid £80 for it, and it goes for quite a ridiculous amount nowadays. So anyway, there's Friday the 13th, and my next one, I have to include the Scarlet box, the infamous Arrow Video Scarlet box of Hellraiser 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to get it open and take all the bits out, because I'm sure most of you have seen it, but you get all 3 films and lots of other stuff, which honestly off the top of my head I don't even know what's in there. So yeah, absolutely love this edition. They did release Arrow the 3 films separately without any of the other good stuff in there. There's a book and all sorts of bits. You can see here I've got this one signed by Doug Bradley, who plays Pinhead, if you didn't know. And yeah, so that's my 3 favourite editions I've got. I tend not to pick up big collector's editions anymore, just because of the sheer price and the space they take. Next, I can't remember in which order your questions were, Carl, so I'm just going to do them in the order of I've got the stuff laid out. Is 3 surprise endings. If I can get the stuff together, I'm trying to find it now. Yeah, there's loads I could have talked about here. Honourable mention, because I couldn't really find the Blu-ray. I was hunting everywhere for it. That's The Mist. If you've not seen The Mist, go and watch that. That's a great surprise ending. So the first one I'm going to do, this is Sleepaway Camp, the first one. If you've not seen this, I'm not... Do I do spoilers? No, I'm not going to do... Yeah, no, I will do, because how can I talk about the top 5 finishes? No, I'm not going to do a spoiler for this one. Here we go. I'm not going to do a spoiler for Sleepaway Camp, but the finishing shot is just amazing. And to be honest, as a camp slasher, this is it's up there with Friday the 13th for me. Absolutely adore this movie. They've done shit sequels, but the original is a fantastic 80s slasher. And the ending, I knew this film going into it first time I watched had an infamous ending, but I didn't know what that ending would be, and when it happened it was like, what the fuck. But yeah, if you've not seen Sleepaway Camp, hunt it down, and the ending, you'll know what I mean when you watch it. Next up is The Others. Great Nicole Kidman movie. I absolutely love The Others. I think I own it on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. It's just a great film, and I will talk spoilers on this one. I remember when I first watched it, that ending, the twist, if you wish, that the fact they're not being in a... Well, the ghost, basically, and the whole film was leading up or sets you up to think that they are in a haunted house and they're being haunted by ghosts, but in fact, at the end seance, that they are actually the ghost haunting the living, or they believe the living are haunting them. It's kind of role reversal, because they're hearing banging and everything, and basically they're dead. I think she smothered him. I've not seen it for a few years now, but I think she smothered her children. I think she went crazy, and I can't remember why. But yeah, for an ending and a twist and a bit of a change of her direction, yeah, can't recommend The Others anymore. And the other one I'm going to do now for kind of ending is more of an iconic ending, which I love, rather than a kind of a twist or kind of a cliffhanger ending, and that's Terminator 2. I mean, one of my favourite films of all time, probably top 5 easy. I should do a list one day. And the ending, the bit where John Connor's obviously grown an attachment or a kind of a father figure love and relationship towards the T-800, and the end sequence where he says there's one more chip left and it has to be destroyed, and he taps to his head, and then he gets himself on the chain and lowers himself down into the molten, and just as he's going under, you know, with the infamous Terminator 2 soundtrack playing in the background, and he just gives the thumbs up as he goes down into the fire. And yeah, that scene, I remember watching it as a youngster, just being, you know, what an ending to a film. And yeah, that's my 3 favourite endings of movies, and there's loads. I mean, you could do a top 10, top 20. There's loads of films with fantastic ending, but for those, they're the 3 I'm going to throw out there for this for today's video. Right, and then the other 3, there was another question, which was your top 3 badass characters, was it? Or like action heroes, badass characters. So first of all, I'm going to go with the legend that is Bruce Lee. You can't talk about badass action stars, you know, and action heroes without mentioning Bruce Lee. He was one of the greatest martial artists ever on screen, if not the greatest martial artist ever to be put on screen. Shame, you know, of his untimely early death, because I would love to see more and more movies of him. My favourite and in my top 20 of all time is Enter the Dragon, his actual first American film. I think it was from 78. I'm just trying to see a date, or even earlier, 73 maybe. But anyway, I think they're my 2 favourite. I've got them all, but if I had to do top 2, it'd be Game of Death and Enter the Dragon. Absolutely amazing films. So yeah, how can you not have Bruce Lee as one of your favourite badass characters? So yeah, Bruce Lee. Next up is, people might laugh at this, I'm going to call him early Seagal, because obviously Seagal is kind of infamous now for straight to DVD releases, which is fine. You know, you get to that certain age and it's all kind of about a paycheck, a la bloody Bruce Willis and Nick Cage. But in his earlier days, Seagal to me was one of the best action stars out there. And his earlier films such as Under Siege 2, Nico, or Above the Law, I think it was called in the States, Hard to Kill's on here. My favourite's Out for Justice. I absolutely love Out for Justice. And my other favourite is Marked for Death, which I have up on my shelf there. And I think post Exit Wounds, I mean, Exit Wounds ain't great because I fucking hate DMX, but it still had a bit of action. But post there, it is straight to DVD stuff. I just crap, but you know what you're getting into, a bit of fun. But yeah, Out for Justice is William Forsythe is in this, and he plays such a fucking arsehole in this movie. And he gets his leg blown off with a shotgun. I remember watching that with my dad, watching these films as a kid. So yeah, I've got to include Seagal. I cannot not talk about best badasses and not talk about Seagal. And the final one, I'm going to cheat a bit like Spin 1984 Adam, and I'm not going to talk about a man, I'm going to talk about female, and that's Sigourney Weaver, aka Ellen Ripley. How can you not talk about infamous badass movie characters and not talk about Ellen Ripley from the Alien franchise? She made the movies. She became a household action star, and in Aliens is to be probably the best action movie ever made, closely followed by Terminator 2. And she just owns it in that role as Ellen Ripley. You know, she's done other good roles, but kind of what to me always smaller roles. But to me, she'll always be Ellen Ripley. That's to me what she'll be remembered for in her career. But yeah, Ellen Ripley, you know, duct taping plasma rifles and flamethrowers, and you know, she's fantastic. So yeah, cheating a bit, but why not? We're, you know, equal opportunity and all that good stuff. So yeah, Ellen Ripley is my third and final most badass action star, whatever. And I think the last thing it asks is to give some YouTube love. So my YouTube love will be recommended 3 channels. First one will be, and I'll put them down below or flash them on screen, or wherever I can be arsed to edit this, will be, first of all, it's Huss at Touch of Film. I'm sure if you know my channel, you'll know his. He's a fantastic YouTuber who covers Asian cinema. That's his main passion, and you can tell because his knowledge and the way he talks about the films is second to none. And he's certainly got me back into Asian cinema. I've always been a fan, but I've picked up recently a ton of Asian movies, so I might do a pickles video on that. But yeah, Touch of Film, Huss, check him out. The other one will be Andrew, it's Grumpy Andrew. He's a horror fanatic like myself, but he does mainly horror reviews. He does some other videos, but to me it's all about his horror reviews, and they're fantastic. He just literally nails it on his reviews. Very knowledgeable, punctuated, and he's just a sound guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him early this year at HorrorCon. So yeah, Grumpy Andrew. And the final one, and I mean, there's so many out there to choose from, so many, you know, channels I always go back to, but the one, Mandy and Claire at Deadly Dames, I love them girls. They're fantastic. They do great videos. They're just two really nice people. So yeah, they do, again, mainly into the horror. I mean everyone who does horror videos like myself, we do not just watch pigeonholing horror. I do have, if you look to my shelves, it's full of anything. But yeah, they do a lot of movie reviews, Blu-ray updates and DVD updates. So yeah, go check them 2 out, check the girls out. So that's my 3: Grumpy Andrew, Deadly Dames and Touch of Film. So there we go, there's my quick video into Carlos's 250 subs. He needs a lot more, he deserves a lot more, because he's fantastic, real nice guy, really, you know, goes out there to try and help people. He's certainly trying to help me recently, actually giving me a text about an edition I was trying to get my hands on. You know, just going out of the way to help other people, and that's what's great about this community. So there we go, there's my entry. If you've not seen his channel, what the fuck are you doing? Turn this off and go and watch his channel. Right, see you again soon. Bye.